When I started the group, I never dreamed that there would be this much interest in it. People were calling and letters were coming in and phone calls, and the TV stations were interested in. All of a sudden, there was so much interest in it that we started growing and growing, that it was quite noticeable that we needed more help. The SA was going to be growing extensively. So many volunteers, and so many of them have done so much and gone over beyond and above the call of duty. God bless them. They've been so good, so kind, so caring, so selfless. They've done so much. There's so many, too many to speak of. There's so many people that have come through my life in the last 20 years that have meant so much and have done so much to help other people that it's just hard to number. There's hope. There's hope. Don't give up. People can lead quality of life with schizophrenia.
SA has helped me a lot because I could find friends, I could find people that I could relate to, because if you have schizophrenia or a related disorder, you are pretty much isolated in the community. And then we've started the SA group, and all of a sudden you have others who are in the same boat.
Schizophrenics Anonymous enables me to communicate something other than I'm sick. I'm able to communicate intelligently from reading the material.
Schizophrenics Anonymous has changed me by opening me to opportunities and abilities that I never thought would come my way.
SA is able to reach out and help the people that think they're the only ones that might hear a voice or think the TV's after them or have a paranoid thought. And at the groups we're able to show them they're not alone.
It boils down to being around people where you don't feel judged, you don't feel as if you have to present yourself in a certain way. You're accepted, and you can just spend time with friends, spend time with people who have had similar experiences and really understand what you've been through and the kind of hell you have to go through to get back to some kind of functional state.
Self-help groups for people with schizophrenia, there's a great need for them. Just like you have Alcoholics Anonymous for alcoholics, Narcotics Anonymous for people with drug addictions. They fit a purpose. They have a singleness of purpose, in fact.
It used to be in the profession, when I was training in the profession, that self-help groups were no-nos by the professionals.
When the program SA got going and it started to expand, I had an opportunity as an individual really just to broaden myself as a professional. It gave me a first-hand opportunity to interact and get to meet people with schizophrenia. And even though I never felt like I held a bias, a negative bias towards persons with schizophrenia, I really had a greater appreciation of how much and how well they can function and make a very significant positive difference in life.
It's just an easy decision for somebody to get involved with SA because of the benefits to people. And it really is something that was a void for a lot of folks, that there wasn't anything out there. And that's one of the most common things that I've heard over the years is, I didn't know there was anything out there for me. They knew of other support groups or other types of support for people who had mental illness, but nothing specifically for people with schizophrenia. And I think that that is something that in and of itself has an inherent value, that it shows that people with schizophrenia have resources that are designated specifically for them.
We think these things are remarkable because our expectations are so far off, that just because someone has a serious mental illness, it doesn't mean that they are not capable of amazing things, of even more amazing things than those of us who don't have a mental illness to contend with are accomplishing.
Joanne, I was really impressed with her from the beginning. She came across as being a very intelligent person, compassionate, and knowledgeable about schizophrenia.
Well, Joanne I like the way she comes across. She is just so charismatic, and she comes across as such a strong leader. And I admire her for starting this thing by putting an ad in the newspaper. You know, that's just great. She puts an ad in there saying other people with schizophrenia. You know, that's just such a huge step to do, you know, because you out yourself if you do that.
You know, she's one of those rare people who comes along and, you know, really caring ways makes a beautiful difference in the life of others. And I'm talking not just about persons with schizophrenia, but I'm talking about people who don't have schizophrenia like myself.
It gives the schizophrenic an opportunity to say, there's hope for me. And I don't always have to be a disabled person or a low-functioning person, you know, for lack of a better word. But I can actually be a person that's a contributing member to society. You know, I go to a self-help group, and I'm a group leader, and I attend conferences, and I'm part of publication committees, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And it gives that person a sense of well-being. It gives that person a sense of purpose. And I think what she's done has made that possible for so many people. And I just would like to thank her for it.
Joanne, you have given us a gift of yourself, and you keep on giving, and we love you, and we thank you.
Joanne, thank you for starting the SA group, because without it I would never have had a focus to be able to go where I needed to go on this whole issue. And you were there when the rest of us would have never taken that bold step. And for that was a determination for me to take the bold step with you.
She's a wonderful woman, and I love her so. I'm honored to have known her all these years.
You know, without a doubt, your dream has come true. And thank God for you. I know so many people have benefited from it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joanne. You've made such a big difference in my life.
I love you, Joanne, my Hokies. You've helped me so much.
I love you. Keep going.
Thank you. I've met a whole bunch of wonderful people, and I would have made friends with, you know, some unique and diverse individuals at all.
Keep up the good work.